I just sent your message.
I'll put it down just in case you need it.
Okay. You know, the boys were removed because Donald.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh, that's okay. Could not keep his urges for drugs under control.
Cool.
His desire to have crack cocaine was much higher than to have his boys. Now, I don't know whether this is the particular time that he made the little trip to Nashville. And they came all mess acting ridiculous, telling me all kinds of bizarre stuff. But I know that he purchased crack cocaine. Oops, sorry about that.
Okay, so what we'll do is when one's talking, let somebody mute out, okay? That way we don't hear the crackling in the background. And then when we each all mute out.
Okay. He went to Nashville.
One of you. Okay.
What?
It's working. It's working. It's good.
Okay. He went to Nashville and he purchased crack cocaine and called me on his way back, finding it humorous. Now, whether Candace did it of her own accord, I don't know. But I know that Candace placed a call to someone who I will not name because I believe that person deserves not to be named. That person called the police. The police came to the home. It was on a Friday. They came there Monday and removed the boys because they tested them and they were dirty. That is why the boys were removed. They have not lost their rights to the children. They still have them. But the boys were removed for that reason. That is all I can tell you about the boys.
Okay. So, Candace told me that whenever Benny was around, she was always separated and wasn't able to talk to Benny. Don was the one who was in control of Benny and had to take Benny into other rooms. Can you talk anything about that? Do you have any idea about that? What's been told?
From what I know, Donald was very jealous of Benny. He thought that Candace had a crush on Benny, vice versa. I don't know if that's true, but also occurring at the same time was Prayer Garden of America, also known as Sissy, not her real name, Kathy Morrison, calling the home 24 hours a day, talking to Donald, and sending some very inappropriate photographs and text messages to Donald. Now, if you can imagine all this confusion in this home, very unhealthy.
So wait a minute, whoa. So you're saying that people, these other YouTube content creators, was sending nude and inappropriate photos to Don Will?
Yes, Prayer Garden.
Oh,
That
wow.
was before
Okay.
she had her channel.
Okay, before she had her channel. Okay, I don't know nothing about the YouTubers and how far their channel goes back. Wow, I didn't even know what it. I don't even know what to say right now. This is the first time I'm hearing this. It is. Okay, somebody said she did. I don't know. You know, I still try to respect everybody, keep everybody respected. So
I have been. Donald put her on the phone. She had asked Sissy, as she called herself, from Cleveland, Ohio, wanted Donald to leave Candace with the 3 boys and move to Ohio. That was back in July, the beginning of July. Donald put her on the phone with me. That's how long I've known her. And I told her what kind of woman tries to get a man that has a missing child to leave his wife. What is wrong with you? There is some crazy backwoods hillbilly crap going on there.
wait a minute. Now there's a lot of hillbillies and we can't put every hillbilly under the bus because until
Well,
hearing
this is
all this bullshit, I was claiming I was a hillbilly. I'm not doing it no
well,
more.
I'm a hillbilly too, so I can say that.
Don't do that. I'm a hillbilly too.
I'm a hillbilly too, okay? So I don't know what you want to call it, honky donk, bonky donk. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's something.
And,
It ain't normal.
there is pictures to prove this. I mean, this is facts. This is not.
I don't know.
Woman,
You ever watch that TikTok where that lady takes your camera? This is terrible. I shouldn't even say this. I'm probably going to hell, y'all. Where she takes that picture, right, and she pops it up and it's a snail. That's all I'm going to say. Girl, you never want to see that. Candace done went through Don's phone, sent me that picture. I ain't never been right since. I should have washed my eyes out with bleach.
Well, all I can say is tonight, Anonymous is going to have one hell of a deal of tracing out characters because they can't see nothing. But it's going to be, oh my God, Lord have mercy. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to. It's good to have a little laugh, I guess, but let's get back to the facts because it is results.
I'm telling you,
Results,
if I told you all the stuff that I've seen in 10 months, I'm telling you.
Wait a minute. Prayer Garden of America says, I demand you show the photos right now.
Honey,
Wait
you
a
can go in the
minute.
bathroom and look at them snails.
Hold on, let's not call nobody names though. Let's keep going on with the story. Let's keep going on with the story because this right here is just it ends out to be what we may need to know. So that's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, continue.
Ain't nobody wants to see that.
the pictures are there, though. The pictures are there. But this just gives you an idea of the things that are going.
I'm just gonna say that I'm sure Ronnie Lawson has thought, I'm sure TBI has thought, and I'm sure the FBI has thought. So it's part of the Wells family file.
Okay, so
Moving right along.
okay.
So on to the next subject. Where to next?
Okay, so now we got a little bit of a base of a history, and pretty much it's like whoever come up on the hill with Don or whatever, it was a sex moon fest or something like that, right?
I don't know what it was, but it wasn't good.
Okay. No, nobody's coming. This is something. In a minute, somebody can come up and defend themselves. I'll give them plenty of time. I'll give them time to defend themselves. But right now, this is more important than a damn picture or whatever because we're about results, not excuses. And I don't care if titties, ass, whatever the hell has been seen or shown. I'm sure you all have seen it before. So good deal. So we're going to keep going with what we're doing. Go ahead.
This year was mainly mentioned to give an idea of the things that the things that has went on since this was summer, how ridiculous it really has gotten. The things that have caused arguments in the household between them, obviously.
Right.
There's people sending him pictures. And as far as Benny and Donnie, you got to understand too, Donnie's a lot older than Candace. So, a man his age and a younger woman, and then you have Benny coming in. Yeah,
20 years
I think Don was jealous with a lot of people, though. I think Don has a very possessive, is very possessive. And being in a domestic, they do get very possessive, men do. So yeah, with Benny, yes.
Okay, so we got down to this point about the lifestyle. We're done with that. We see what kind of lifestyle that was presented pretty much in front of the children, okay? Lifestyle of not so good, okay? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Now, here's some big questions that need to be answered.
All right.
Everybody talks about certain people being there, when it happened, how many hours was actually worked, what all was going on with it. And now we know that Candace, of course, says she don't know about anything about if that's even true. Because she is seeing the way Don in jail is starting to turn, and he's going to throw her under the bus. That's what's going to happen. That's the way it always happens.
Right.
Now, I've told Candace, you have enough. What you told me, you have enough. But it stops with you.
Right.
Now, we're friends. Nothing more. I've seen a lot of other places say, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. No, hell no. I've seen her one time, and I tried to deliver a pizza and got the law called on me. So That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, here's the thing. You guys obviously have proof or you wouldn't say it. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Where does these YouTubers fit in at? Like people like Cher and then her and am I getting it right? Is this sexual assault on animals or how did that go?
Well, I don't know how much all that has to do with summer. I think that might be a whole nother show.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm getting at. She was in control of the Wells there for a while. And then I want to know the connection between the messenger that Benny admitted to me. The messenger, when I said, was the messenger created before or after Summer went missing? That's a big key right there because he already admitted that Cher and Don and him both was on that chat.
Okay. I know with with the first Facebook that he had, and I have to think what picture is on there. It said Donald on that one. That first one, TBI wanted him to take that down. So he took that down. After, that was the one that he added everyone on it. And he was like adding masses of friends, adding all the crazy messages on there. During that time, Cher from Voices Behind the Wall was texting him like crazy. At one time, it got to the point, Donald forwarded Cher's messages so they were coming directly to me because it got so crazy. So he wasn't getting them. I was getting them when she was texting his phone because it was so insane. That was a message where she wrote that he was like her daddy. That was all over YouTube at one time. She hadn't seen her dad in 27 years or something. And I kept telling Donald to get away from her. I said, what kind of woman writes a father of a missing 5-year-old girl and says, I haven't seen my dad in 27 years. You're like a father to me. Something's missing. Something's missing upstairs. That's not right. So he'd get away from her, and then she would, like Benny, call. And as soon as he'd drink, he'd be back online with her. And Donald drinks like a fish, needing water. So we all know from YouTube history how that worked. We all seen what Donald does when he drinks. He's all over YouTube. Same thing happened with Candace, with Benny. It's like a different kind of addiction.
We're going to have Candace up later on, guys. We got a long show because we're going to get to the bottom of this tonight. We're going to conclude. Go ahead.
Oh, part of me understands the part of Candace that doesn't have anyone on the hill. She's up there by herself, and we all know why. But I understand that there's no one there. She's lonely. There's absolutely nothing there. People are talking about her like crazy. So, like, say if it was any one of us, and someone was attacking you over and over and over, at some time you're going to snap and you're going to fight back. Whether what they're saying is right or wrong, you're going to lose your shit and you're going to fight because you don't want to hear it. You just want to be left alone.
And that's not including the crazy people that, she's that are threatening to come up there, or people that have snuck on her property. She's there by herself. There's nobody there now. So, people have to understand, a lot of people, well, she's not at home, or she's here, or she's there. She's up there by herself. She went from a family, of 6 people down to just her in that house. And you have a lot of people like these YouTubers that have went to her house and caused all these problems, standing out at her driveway, screaming at her. Has anybody, we can all sit back and we can all say what we do, how we would do it. But until we're in that situation, none of us know. Now, yes, there's a lot of things that I would direct. I don't want to get jumped on. There is a lot of things that I would do totally different. And I know in my heart I would,
Right.
But you have to understand also, she's up there by herself. You're in a house that your daughter disappeared from. You no longer have your boys there. You had a lot of domestic, you had a lot of abuse, you had a lot of fighting going on in that house. And like I said, I'm not saying that what she's doing is right, as far as drinking or the things that I'm not saying that one bit. But you have a lot of crazy people out here too that have messaged her, called her all kinds of things. YouTubers that have went up there, harassed the family, went up on the property, the cops wouldn't do anything about it. So, there's a lot that goes on. And the YouTube doesn't always show exactly what's going on. They show their part of it, but they don't show the rest of it. And it seems like whatever comes out on YouTube, everybody runs with. Whether it's the truth or it's a lie, they're going to run with it. And 90% of it is lies.
Good example. They said Ernie kidnapped Candace the other day.
Yep, right there you go, yeah.
Absolutely did not kidnap Candace. I was on the phone with them. How ridiculous. Ernie did not kidnap her. She brought her own vehicle. But Benny, what does he do? He runs with it. Come on, stop it. That's what I'm talking about. Every group on Facebook was running with it. And I went in there to a lot of the groups I was in, and I said, this is a lie. They said, Ernie's going to take her. He's going to drug her up. Bad things are going to happen to her. I said, what's wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? This is not true. I saw it with my own eyes. She's driving.
Okay, I think Candace may want to talk. Let's everybody mute. I want you guys to mute out. I'm going to
Okay.
see what's going on here. I don't know what her situation is right now, but I'm going to, I guess I'll have to call her up here. And I hope it don't screw everything up. I'm going to try it. See what it does here. Maybe. No, it might have been. Maybe later on. I sent her the link. I sent her the link just in case. Let me see. I sent you. Okay, it's a telling she may come through here. She may pretty much just peep in any time or something, but
All right.
she's got the link. Okay, so we know that the abuse happened, and that you said that Don would drag Candace through the floor.
Yeah. You
Like,
can be in Candace's shoes and still love your children. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but you can be. It doesn't mean that she doesn't love them. She may not know how to properly take care of them. She may not have those skills. Does it excuse what we see in her house? Does it excuse what the kids have seen with Don? No. But it explains. It explains the situation and how Candace did not see wrong. When someone is accustomed to that, they don't see it wrong. I didn't see that question. What was that, Ernie?
yeah. Now the next question I have, all these people that are involved are obviously they're criminals. They're criminals, obviously. I mean, you look at even in the search. We was talking about the search for Summer. Why did the sheriff let a pedophile search for it? I don't understand.
Exactly. What the hell was Frank Light doing out there? I do not understand why Ronnie Lawson allowed him to be in the search on horseback. He has never answered that. I contacted him. He refuses to answer me.
So now here's what we do. Here's how we do this. Okay, guys, you guys have heard a lot of the history and a lot of the life. Let's get down to the part that we don't want to talk about, but we must in order to get results. And this is the hard part. This is where the tears are going to come. But this is the facts, and it is going to be presented as facts. To be honest with you guys, to say that this could have been prevented, it could have. This right here was the most preventable thing that could have ever been prevented if the kids was taken better care of. Do you all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Candace, I know you're watching, and this is going to be hard. We talked about this. You was shaking. I gave you the support you needed. You made step 1. You went step 2. This is step 3. You already know in your heart. There's nothing left, Candace. It's time to crack the case wide open, Candace. Your information that you have, that you may not even understand that you have, what you told me was enough. The facts are in front of people's eyes. Who is all over these cases? The California City Boys, Summer Wells, and poor old little monkey. Think about all this. Who is all over these things? Who is all over these children's cases, but you never see no result? It's time to crack the case. It is. It is. It's gone on too long. 10 months and 4 days is too long. It's time we get down to business. It's time that the people stand up. We, the people, will protect the children at all costs. Anonymous, you said it more than better than anybody. Benny Jew says everybody give Anonymous a hand. Anonymous has got the answers for this. Easy. Look at Dolly. Hell yeah.
I think
Now,
that's the first
it comes time for the pressure.
that Anonymous and I have agreed.
All right. Now, Benny Keys, why don't you come up on panel, bro? You didn't think I was going to do that, did you, Benny? Let's put you
Or
in
should we
the
call him Benny or Benjamin Livingston?
Oh, wow. Benjamin Livingston. That's another one over there. So let's
Dr.
hear about
Livingston.
Let's hear about this. Let's hear about this, lady.
So, Del Livingston is his father. Come on over, Benny. Enchanted Path did a whole thing on Benny. See, Benny's all involved in the SBA. A lot of people don't know that. Benny hides that back because Dell Livingston is a sex offender and a child abuser. Right, Benny?
Okay, somebody's in the back. I'm going to let them up for just a minute. Somebody's in the back. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to let them up. Just a Nobody has been added to the stream. Hello, Just a Nobody.
How's it going?
Go ahead.
How's it going?
It's going great. Who is this?
Just nobody.
Wow. Well, everybody's somebody.
Just a Nobody. Wow, Just a Nobody. I believe it was Poon. Who knows? But anyways, Poon, let me just be honest with you. Here, we don't watch midgets have sex because it reminds you of children, okay? Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight to the point. Let's get that straight right now. Let's just get that straight. Dolly, brother, I'm telling you, it's getting ready to get even more crazy. This has got, oh my God, we've got midgets wrapped up in it. Good God Almighty. I've seen too much of this. I mean, I'm going to have to retire after this. You damn right I'm going to
so
get
glad
on.
I'm on the screen.
Don't you feel better, ladies, after sharing this with 1,300 people right now? Wow.
I'll tell you, I've been carrying so much around me for 10 months. I'd only shared a small sliver of files with you, Ernie. I have so much to give you.
I appreciate that because the receipts will come. And no, we will not be putting no nude photos on my channel. No,
Absolutely not.
That would be crazy. Now, let's get down to finish what you said. You're making connections here. Now, who is these Livingston? Now, what is this deal with, you said somebody was a child predator? How does that go? Tell me more about that.
Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. The one that has the most information on Dell Livingston is Enchanted Path. I am waiting for his death certificate and the obituary so that I can show you, Ernie, the link. And hopefully I'll have that in the next day or two.
Okay, good deal, good deal. So we're going to get an obituary, and that's going to prove a connection. Good deal, because that's what we want. We want documentation, and that's what I like.
Okay,
now,
the other connection is...
What do you think? Here's your question. Here's your good question. I got to go all the way up here. Okay, what do you think of cracking cases?
Okay, just a second before I go over to cracking cases. Tim Mullins has a connection to Livingston also. Also, Bradley Wishon, and I'm probably going to say his last name wrong. We all know him as 423 Shake. Him and Tim Mullen are cousins.
Wow.
So why are all these players surrounding themselves around the well? Does anybody know that answer? Why do you think they are, Ernie? I haven't figured that out.
Well, I just think it's probably a big ring of something, and I don't really want to give too much out right now as our nation members are taken very, very serious. Okay, here's a good question. That's a good one. And why Tim paying people? What's the deal with that? Do you know anything about? Did you hear anything or anything with Tim? What do you know about Mr. Tim?
Mr. Tim does photography. He plays music. I got his high school photo today. Creepy. Sorry. Nothing, Ellen. I'll send it to you, Ernie. Sorry.
Okay, hold on a second. This is proof. Candace told me the truth was within these ladies right here. I'm going with that. They said they know she said they know what's going on and to talk because Candace pretty much choked up and couldn't tell me everything. She says these people here know the family and they know what they're talking about. Please listen to them. That's where we were going to this. Because once Candace started talking to me, she couldn't do this. She couldn't do this. She said, and I told her, I said, Candace, this is what you got to get off your chest. It will crush your heart. Your little girl is missing. And then she broke. Ladies, go ahead.
There is nothing that I say here that I would not say face to face with Candace. The only reason that I have not put my face out here is because Benny Keys has threatened me. He stalked my Facebook page and came on there and told me how cute and how beautiful my little grandchildren were. My grandchildren are 8, 5, 2, and 1. How dare him?
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Somebody said, "Have you got the messages still for that, or how did he tell you this? What happened with this?"
With Benny?
Yes, I mean, do you have the messages, or did he say it through? Did he call you through Messenger? I mean, how did this happen?
He
This
went
is
on
very,
my
very.
he went on my Facebook page. And the other Dawn that was on here said to Benny, get the hell off her page, because I didn't catch it at first. My mod from my group on Facebook caught it. And I went there and blocked him. This was 2 weeks ago for fear that he was going to put my grandchildren on his stupid YouTube. And he said, boy, those are beautiful little children. Don't ever come at my grandchildren. Because I'll tell you what, I believe in the Second Amendment. That's all I'm going to say. And I do believe in protecting children. So take that for whatever it's worth, Benny Keys.
Okay, now, what method did he come at you with? Did he come at you with the messages? Do you have the Facebook messages still? Did you screenshot anything? Because
Yes,
we
I
have
did.
to understand. You did.
And then I sent you the one, Ernie, where he kept trying to call me on Messenger. And he wrote to me, it's Benny Keys. Don't run. Don't run. And I said, stop it. And he said, it's Benny. Don't run and hide from me. And I blocked him. And I called Candace and I said to her, give me Benny's effing numbers. You might play with him, but I won't fucking
Okay,
play.
so you sent me. Okay, Anonymous says naughty Benny juice. Yes, exactly, naughty Benny juice. So you
I
did
called
send
my
me
district
so you
attorney.
did send me that.
Yes, I called my district attorney and he said if Benjamin decided to come at me again, that he will go ahead and we will proceed with charges after him. He has not come at me since. Of course, he can't get at my stuff. But I'm sure he'll try to get me now.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to have we can have law enforcement if needed reach out to you, because this is very important. This shows people exactly how people do from a perspective of being the victim. This is huge. This is huge, and it's sad. It's sad. Right now.
He came after me. His mods have come after me. People do not understand. That's like, it's crazy. I can't even tell you. Benny, 58 times he called Candace in less than 2 months. 58 times on her phone. I haven't even finished counting the messenger calls.
Wow.
That's
So
insane.
Benny's going live now. He's going to try to bring it. He's going to try to drag the people. But I'm telling you right now, Benny, it don't work like that. You're not too good at this. Go ahead, ma'am.
Well, Benny, you can try all you want because I don't skip channels. I'll never come to your channel because I don't got nothing to say to you. You're a piece of shit.
Now let's talk about the camera systems and why the camera systems were hooked up.
The
You have to
video
sit down.
cameras.
You have to quit walking, so it's making noise. The video.
Oh,
cameras.
no.
Now how do they come about?
The video camera. I'm feeding my guinea pig. Sorry. Okay. The video cameras. Donald wanted them put up. So of course, Benny offered to bring them down and hook them up. So he put them up. Donald doesn't know anything about technology. So he hooked them up for Donald. And he had to use his phone to hook them up. So he had access to them. He sent Donald the link, so Donald had access to them. He told Donald, I still have the link. Donald said, go ahead and keep it, just in case I have a problem. So he kept it. If you go back and you look through Benny's video, there's probably one or more where Benny has bragged that he has looked at the cameras, where Donald told him he didn't have to recently. Those cameras are gone now. I told Candace, cut the cable, take them down. They're gone. There is no reason Benny needs to be watching Candace whatsoever. That's called stalking.
Okay, now here's something else too. You sent me those screenshots. Now you're going to give me permission to post them right now, right? For the threats and stuff, and where Benny was saying that about your family and stuff, right?
Yes, you have them. I don't have all of them.
Okay. Hold on one second now. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna open it up for the first time. I've got to open this up for the first time, and then I'm gonna post them on here for people to look at. So hold on one second. It's gonna take a second, folks.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see here.
Just don't show my grandson, please.
These are sent messenger or operate. I'm not. I won't show your grandson. I promise you. And we'll do. And I might have to edit. Probably do a little bit of this. I won't show your grandson. Is these in messenger or is these in the emails?
They should have been a messenger.
Okay, hold on one second. That's all I need to know.
They might have been in the one with me, you, and Candace.
That's all I need to know. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It's the one we labeled
Okay.
Summer.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they're in the one with the chat group with Candace in and you and I, right?
Yes,
Well,
it should be in that one.
Okay, it's gonna take me a second. Yeah, take me a second. Just takes a second, people. Takes a second. I'm gonna have to look in and find this. I'm probably gonna have to go over to this because I've got some more things here. Lord have mercy, be in me, be in me. But we'll get the proof, people. Everybody wants to see documentation. I'm looking right now. Hold on a second. Getting it right now. I'm getting it in right now. Trying to get it in right now, guys. Hold on one second. Wow, look at this. Somebody hit me just in. Hold on a second. We'll get it right here. Well, I know what you're trying to do, buddy. It don't work like that. Wow. Well, let's just figure this right here. Forgot the password. Ain't that something? Wow. Hold on a second. That's something. I got hacked right now just on my email just now. But hold on a second. We'll get it. We'll get you, Benny. You ain't going to do this. That was the first time. That was a wild one, wasn't it, Benny? Wow, we're getting it good, ain't we, buddy? No lies. There you are. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Change the password. That's so sad you got to do that, Benny. But we're all right. We're good here, buddy. We're good. Take your time. Wow. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second.
If I pop this screen down, Ernie, can you still see me?
No, no, you can't see nobody. Nobody can see nobody with the screen up above.
I don't know how all this works. So. Oh, I know you can't see me there. I'm just saying, because I could send it to your email. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm into the file that says Summer. This is all the things I got about Summer Wells right now from our messenger. Hold on one second. We got this. Hold on one second.
That's the one with me and Candace, right? Are you looking at a Google Doc?
Yes, this is the one with you guys in it. Hold on a second. Hold on one
Okay.
second.
I just want to make sure you weren't looking at my Google Doc file. It's not
Yeah,
in
but
there.
here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. I don't see it in this folder here with Summer. There's not much at all in it, anyways. So is it with the one on that other network? I mean, the other messenger. I mean, what are we doing? Hold on a second. If you can you just send it to Operation Rescue Our Children, and let's get it that way. It's fresh, and I can pull it up. All we need is the picture, and then I'll go ahead and mark your kids out of it. If you can send me the screenshot from where he said this at. I do need a secretary, guys. I need all kinds of things, guys. This is hard. This is really hard, guys. It's really hard. And I appreciate you. Thank you. If you could just do that, that would be awesome. That way I don't have to come in and out. Benny's already hacked my messenger on the other one, and I just now regained it. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. But go ahead if you can.
Yeah, I figured he'd try to hack you because he doesn't want you to get anything. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I know
down.
he did. He did.
All right, hold on a second.
Go ahead and so let's just go ahead and hold on a minute. We got so much stuff going on here. I'm putting people in timeout and everything. Good God. So here we go.
I'm still here. I'm just looking for a photo.
Nobody's trying to Nobody's trying to Photoshop nothing. This is brand new stuff. Nobody's going to photo. There's no reason. If we need to, there's no reason. Nope. None at all. None at all. This is about your receipts, folks. You want receipts? We're going to get them.
Don Reed just texted me. She said, give her a second. When she parks her semi, I should send you a copy of them.
Copy that. Copy. Good deal. So we'll put them up here. I have never seen them before, so I want to look at them. I want to see them, and we'll go from there. Now, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, boys. I'm telling you, people are gonna have so much out of this content. It ain't even funny. I don't even understand what's gonna happen. Lord, all I know is the crying's getting ready to happen. Let me ask you a question. What about Jose?
Something
What
against
can you tell us
Benny.
about Jose? What can you
Ain't
tell us
nobody got
about
a Photoshop and nothing against Benny. Benny does his own stuff on himself. And if you
What?
go to any of these YouTube creators that are exposing Benny, they can tell you. Nobody got to Photoshop Benny. Benny makes a fool of himself.
Okay, hold on. What does Jose got to do with this case? Do you know anything about Jose? I know that Jose. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Everybody that's up here on this damn hill is pretty much criminals, and then they're freaking pedophiles. I mean, this is ridiculous. I've never seen a case that has so many pedophiles in a row with so many other things, with kids actually been gone missing. Seriously, this is ridiculous. Go ahead with it.
Okay. I don't know a whole lot about Jose. What I do know is that he was there roughly a month and a half to 2 months. What I do know is that he came there, was with Allie. Him and Allie slept together. That was the mattress that was out back at the back door. That everybody says, what is that nasty mattress? That was from him and Allie. Okay. Now that we're on to Allie, I'm going to bring her up. Allison made accusations about Donald and Candace with 2 of her children. Her oldest, a female, not using their name. Her middle, which is a boy. Both teenagers. I want you to think about this. She has 3 children. She goes over with her 3 children to a house that she says they were sexually assaulted in, to go sleep with a guy and go stay at this home. She gets in an argument with this guy after sleeping with him because he says he prefers chicks with different body parts. She leaves, but she takes one child, not 3, home with her. What child does she take? Her 12-year-old, the youngest of her children. She leaves the 2 that she says were sexually assaulted in that home. She leaves them there. Now, they were assaulted 2 years prior to Summer going missing, allegedly. This is before Summer went missing. Now, I want you to think about that. If your children were SA'd in a home, would you take them back there? If your children were SA'd in a home, would you go drink there with your children? If your children were SA'd, would you wait 2 years and after a 5-year-old girl goes missing to go on YouTube and say, hey, by the way, at the Wells home, my son was the first one to be brought up, was SA'd by Candace. Now on another channel, she said, my daughter, my oldest child, was SA'd by Dawn. 2 years before Summer went missing.
Okay. So we've got all the sexual assault and everything that's happened there. Did they send me those screenshots yet? Have she sent those to me yet? Because I'm looking for those so I can put them up. Because people want receipts, and I can understand that. But I want to look at these too for my eyes. I really want to see this too. I want to see where this person of a monster here, who, and I'm telling you right now, if those ages are what you're saying about your grandchildren, and he's saying that, then we'll turn that into the police. We can turn that into the police, and then we'll go from there. Everybody, when the name Dr. Walsh comes up, can we please just block those people that says that? Thank you so much. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you so much, mods.
Okay, just
Let's just block those people. Anybody being disrespectful at all in the chat, something stupid, block them. Be done with it. Just kick them out. Thank you. Okay, so I'm waiting on right now. We're waiting on the facts. We're waiting on actual screenshots from the ladies. Give the lady time, guys. Give the lady time to show receipts.
yeah,
Okay?
she's
Have
the
we do
girl
that?
was on panel. She's driving a
Okay. You don't have to tell no information. We understand that, and we'll get that. We're going to get it done tonight. So let's everybody keep calm and wait. If you don't wait, your ass can be escorted out. It's as simple as that. Exactly, MJ. It's whack whack time. Knock the shit out of them. Thank you so much. And no, the story's not going to be one-sided. We hear both sides, and we're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. And no, we're not putting no nude photos up here, guys. If you guys want nude photos, you go to the ones who supposedly sent them, and then you ask them for them. That's the way it's supposed to be done anyways, right? Good deal. Good deal. Now, have you got some, have they sent, she's sending them, am I in the, pretty much the email, right? Hold on a second. Hey, are you there? Are you there? I can't hear you. Are you there? Oh,
Yep,
my God. Okay. Hey, are
Can
you
you hear
there?
me?
You there? Yeah, I can hear
I'm
you.
here.
Sorry about that. Okay.
That's okay. Had me muted. No, I'm here. I'm
Okay, hold
going
on a
through.
second. We're gonna try to call Candace one more time. See what's going on.
I don't know how successful that'll be.
Let's see what's up here. Because I'm done with this. To be honest with you, I'm not wasting my time on this no more. You know, this is crap. It's just crap what it is, and I'm not wasting my time no more on it. So that's the way it's got to be.
She's probably upset with me.
Okay, so wow. So somebody just sent me a map, and I'm going to save this just in case I need it. And somebody else has just come up, so we're going to let them up. All right. Well, hello, stranger. Hello.
Hey, sorry, I'm having to work and go in between. Okay, I just I'll drive it. You have the one where
Okay, hold on a second. You're hold on a second. You're not fix your audio. Your audio is beeping in and out.
my now?
Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's still beeping out. No,
Get
it's
that
beeping out.
Bluetooth off your
Hold on
head.
one second. Let me fix it for you. Let me fix it for you. Okay, now try talk. Try talk.
Okay,
There?
it's better.
No, it's something with
Can you
your
hear me?
headphones or headset. It's something with your headset.
Let
It's something
me
with your
talk
headset.
Bluetooth. So let me
Well,
Can I
okay,
slap
so
her, Ernie?
it's a headset. What's that?
Can I slap her?
Is that better?
That'll help.
No, it's your headset or something like that.
It's her damn
Okay, what's that
Bluetooth.
now?
Hold
I
on.
put Bluetooth off. Is that all?
Try it. It's your Bluetooth. Take the Bluetooth off.
I cut it.
Yes, try it now.
I did. I did. I cut
Yeah,
the Bluetooth off.
yeah, I can hear you fine now. I can hear you fine. Now,
Okay, I cut it off.
I'm trying to get a hold
Okay.
of. Okay, I'm talking to Candace right now. I'm messaging her.
Damn, I thought I was going to get the slap. Yeah.
Do you want that screenshot? I've got the one where he messaged you in Messenger.
Yes, I
Yes.
want all the screenshots you can give me. And if you can put it
Okay,
in
I've
Messenger,
got.
you send it to me. Look,
Do you
send it
have
to
the
this right
one
here. Look.
a little guy?
I couldn't find that one, and I don't know how to click off of this to get to. I might want to disconnect it again. Hopefully, I won't. But I've got the one where he messaged you in Messenger and said, "Don't run," and he kept trying to call you. Now I can go
Okay.
through. Now that I'm sitting, I can go through better and try to find the one with little man where he commented on the baby.
Okay. Well, let's find anything we can because we're going. With any luck, we're going to put this bastard behind bars. Now,
Okay, do you
so
want the one I
Operation
have?
Rescue Our Children. Send it to this right here. Send it to this email. OperationRescueOurChildren@gmail.com. Thank you. I've got people with me right now who's actually wanting to look at this. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Give me just a second. Shit. Did I disconnect again?
Nope, you're still here.
Okay. Okay. Let me do this. I just saved it a second ago.
I never drank so much coffee.
Okay, I need that. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to give me that email in just a second.
Okay.
Okay. What's that email?
Operation.
Okay, somebody just told me it's Operation Rescue Our Children at gmail.com. Somebody just told me Matt Kemper said all of his people are there to kick my ass. Well, is your kicker broke?
Operation
Is your
Rescue.
ticker broke, Kemper? Operation Rescue Our Children at gmail.com. Good deal. Take that out
Why
there.
is,
We don't need it there no more.
why is he going to kick your ass?
He ain't going to kick nobody's ass, but we're getting ready to get to his business, and then we'll handle his business. That's just the way we do this thing. That's the way it works. When we go, we go.
Is he upset?
You got to.
Did you expose that little text message earlier?
Well, Kemper's mad because he don't want to talk about him trying to meet a 15-year-old girl in a hotel and take her back to a hotel, obviously. So I'm not going to say much about that. We'll deal with him when his friends talk about it. That's another story. Now, that's all we're going to say about that.
Okay.
I like facts. I like facts, and I like the people
Me too.
who are eyewitnesses to it to understand that.
Right. I just thought he was upset because that little message I sent you when we were trying to figure out who that other Tina was.
Well, no, that we already exposed them, and I've already done that. I mean, right now having some poor hooker stripper be exposed, ain't that ain't nothing. I mean, everybody wants to know who gossip is. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Who conspiracy T is? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. She's a whole stripper, is what she is. She gets paid to suck cock. There you go.
Oh, good Lord.
There you go.
No,
And that's a fact. And we're going to bring people up on her too later on. But right now, I want to get to the bottom of this thing, and we're going to do it. Thank you.
Okay, well, I thought that he might have been mad because that's her buddy. Jimbo and Kemper are her buddies.
Well, right now, we're not going to talk about anybody else but what we're getting into this. Because
Right.
if we do, it's going to be a whole new ravel up, and we're staying on track with Summer Wells, and we're going to learn about this. We're going to learn about this from like I said, we're taking it from the beginning to the end, and that's why we got to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
So is Candace coming on?
I'm waiting. Right now, I'm more worried about these photos getting out here. She ain't see, oh, right there they are. There they are. Here they
Yeah.
are.
Make sure
Hold
you
on, I got
block
one of
out my grandbaby.
I got one of them here. Okay. So, I want the ones with the kids. This right here is good. This is a start off. This is a good start off right here. I'll put this on right now, but this is a good start off. But we need one with him doing something with the kids, saying something about the kids, because that's the ones I can send directly to police, and then they can go from there. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, we've got that, and we got everybody. Check this out, guys. We got everybody on here. We've got that receipt right now. I'm going to have to knock, in order to show this receipt and hide your identities, I'm going to have to pull you off panel just for 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second here. We're just knocking off panel here. Now, we're going to show this receipt. Okay, here's the introductory one, I guess, Benny Keys. Because if they pull that one where you're sitting there about them grandkids, your ass is grass. So there you go. Let's see what it says. This is Benny Keys. Don't run. You missed a call, video chat with Ben. Why would I run? Unblock. Okay, so now, in the top of it, it says some stuff too. You can see that. But I ain't worried about that because that's just common. That's just common, and that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing right now, Benny. But if it says something about with the kids, and you say something, and you reply, your ass may be in trouble about that, and that's a fact. That is a fact. So that's unwanted. So right here's this. They can send me something else with the rest of it, and then I'll pull you back up on panel. I'm pulling you on panel. Pulling you on panel. Okay, everybody's back. Okay, so you guys heard me. What I need is the one where he's saying something about the kids, and he says, especially if he says what you said about these kids. If you've got that on panel, if you've got that screenshot, that right there is the cooked goose. That's a cooked goose screenshot. Because
Okay,
that's
what I sent you is only thing I could find in the messages from me and Dawn. Sorry, I got to start driving again in a minute. There's a picture of her granddaughter, and of course you have to go into the comments to get the comment. So I say it was in 2 different sections: picture of the granddaughter and then lovely. Now the grandson, I can't find it in my thing, but the granddaughter, it's in there.
Okay.
I sent it, but I had to come in two separate things.
Okay.
For people saying I'm photo shooting it, obviously I'm not, or I could have made it a hell of a lot better. I had to send it
Well,
to
I ain't worried about that.
that's how it is.
Look, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. We want results, not excuses on that. So we're getting these receipts, and if you can later on, whatever time it is, send it to me. I'll post it. I don't give a damn what time it is. People are going to see it.
Okay.
If he said something about those kids like that, because what I've got on him is this little girl years and years ago. She's not a little girl now, but she is willing to talk to Benny or talk about Benny and how he hooked her on drugs when she was 15 or 14 or 15 years old. That's what's important. That right there is what's important. How he took her and hooked her on drugs and sexually assaulted her, raped her. That is what we want to bring on panel next against Benny Keys. I'm going to prove without a shadow of a doubt who he is and what he's about.
My granddaughter.
Well, the one, I sent you the one with the granddaughter and where he wrote lovely. I mean, why are you going on there with a young girl writing lovely on her page? But I will find the little boys one. I just don't have time right now because I'm working on it. I drive trucks, so I'm like working, stopping, working, stop. That's why I keep pointing up.
Okay, I'll look for it right now. I'll look for it right now.
The
I'll look for it right now.
granddaughter. She is 8. Just turned 8.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a break because I gotta get something to drink. I'm sitting here, I'm dry heaving over here. We're gonna take about a 5-minute break. Everybody get ready, and I'm gonna pull these screenshots up. Thank you.
Dawn, you on here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start driving again. But I sent you one where it's kind of, you can see her face.
Okay. Oh, text me. Calm down my phone.
Okay, guys, we're back. I'm checking right now. Still checking my phone and everything. I've got this on. It's actually dying out. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for all the things you guys are saying. I appreciate all you guys. This has been. I mean, I had to put this together in no time, and it was just hard. I could have put it together a lot easier, a lot faster if I'd had known this is even happening. I mean, this is just kind of just boom. Here it is, and there. That's what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna go and we're gonna get these out. Hold on one second. Okay, guys. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? Everybody back? Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me, ladies? Okay, so can everybody hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, guys. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, so they're taking a break right now. They're off. They're talking to themselves. We're gonna get more facts. I like these facts. I like to get results, not excuses. Anything about that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So we all know we've had enough of excuses, right? How many people have had enough of excuses? We've had too many excuses. 10 months, 5 days is too much, too long, too long. We don't need that. We want to get answers. That's what we want. Candace, I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I thought that you was going to stand up and do the right thing. You told me, I'm going to go ahead and tell the world because it has to be done. I wanted you to understand that what has to be done. These are your friends. These are people who've known you for the last year and longer, probably. I mean, I don't, you know, like I said, I don't try to get into things just to make it up. I like results, not excuses. There's a kid missing. That's when it really gets double jeopardy. That's when you got to do something. You got to stand for what's right. You can always expect it, but when it's children involved, when it's God's given, you know, God's putting it on your heart to do it, and it's God's gifts, because that's God's gifts to you. God gives you those kids. Like I said, you went down from a family to yourself now, and I know you're scared, but you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right because it ain't going to be them. And I said them. It's sitting in a prison cell. It's going to be you, Candace. It's going to be you, Candace. I hate that so much. I really do. I hate that so much for you because that's what's happening. And you don't even see it yourself. You don't see it. You don't see it yourself. You're running around here. You're doing what you want to do. Are you enjoying your freedom for the last time? Is that what you're doing? Because as soon as that man that's in jail says something and he can pinpoint you to it, it's not going to be him anymore because he just throws you to the bus. He throws you under the bus. He throws you to the wolves, and you're going to be eaten because you didn't speak up. You've already came forward. You tracked me down. You asked my help. So let me help you. That's all I'm saying. I've contacted the TBI. I've contacted law enforcement, and I told you what's all's happened. You told me yourself things that this world, these people here, never knew. A lot of them knew it in their hearts. Sadly but true. You hold this secret, Candace, that you hold. That puts you more as an accessory. And it's sad. It's so sad it has to happen like that. It's sad because right now you can say, hey, thank you, I appreciate that. You guys don't have to give me no money. Don't give me no money. It ain't about money when it's missing kids. It ain't about money at all when it's a missing child. Now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you another opportunity. You called me 10 times today. I know you're probably, you may be not in your right state of your mind. You may be a little bit tipsy or whatever. You can't drink away this. This does not happen like that. This ain't one of those whiskey lullabies. No, it ain't. Love your daughter. You have the information. Just because that man snaps his fingers at you and he tells you, he commands you what to do and say. He can say, oh, I love you, Candace. I love you, Candace. And then you go right straight back to him. It's like these child traffickers and these other traffickers, these human traffickers, the way they do. We rescued people away from them before. And they'd be away from them for months and months and maybe even years. And that one phone call, they had that one more connection with them. And it's like the master and the animal. It's like the master and the dog. The master calls his dog. What does it do? The dog goes run. They run right straight back into it because that's what they're accustomed to. That's what they're trained. That word trained. Remember when Don Wells said on the phone with me, talked about how he had summer trained. Trained, not taught. Trained. Potty train your kids. You don't train your children. Training, that term alone with other words I mentioned with general awareness, is exactly what's happened. I knew at the beginning, I knew at the end, I knew all of this, what was going to happen. I knew it. Child trafficking, the money. She's worth a lot of gold, right, Don? A lot of gold. You repeated yourself when you said that. But what really happened? People say it's an accident. How many people think it's an accident? I don't think it's an accident. I think it could have been prevented if could have been. I don't think it was nothing to do with an accident. The company you keep is what happened to your daughter. You need to come clean. You need to come clean. You're scared. I understand that. But there's help out there for you. Now, let me see if everybody's ready. Welcome back. Welcome back. Go ahead. Go ahead there, please. Go ahead. You're muted right now. You're muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. There you go. Okay, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me know when you're here. I'm looking for this.
Okay, I'm here right now.
My
I'm here.
activity log here. My black
Okay.
jerk. Let me know when you're back here, Ernie.
I'm already back. I'm already back. Okay, I'm already back. Okay, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I'm not muted. Okay, I'm back. Are you back? Good deal. Well, I can't hear her. Okay, can you hear me? So she's back here. Okay, can you hear? Is she? Can you hear me? I don't know what's wrong. Your mic settings or something is messed completely up. I don't even know. Hold on a second. Okay, can everybody hear me now? Can you hear me good? Good deal. Okay, so we're waiting on them to come back up. Good. Good deal. Okay, so they're talking right now. So I'm trying to get Candace right now. Okay. Everybody's been hacked. Well, I heard some good news today. Too bad everybody's falling apart. Do you already stay for the final of the show? Kemper, I heard you lost your friend. I'm sorry about that. I guess everybody's claiming that she wasn't really military. Dolly, you want to come up and help host the rest of this? Because I think you get a more out of answers out of what's coming. You could ask these ladies things that I maybe not be able to ask. Well, you want to come up, brother? You're more than welcome to take over the show. I've got a phone call. I'm trying to get a hold of Candace right now. I'm trying to get a hold of Candace right now. If you're going to come up, you can just take over the show and just powerhouse it through, brother. You can ask the questions, and they'll come up. I'm getting them in right now. I think that'd be a heck of a deal. Send them another link. Lord have mercy. Open the phone lines, Dolly. Oh. Hello. How are you?
Hey,
I was
I
waiting
have
for
been
you to. I was waiting for you to make your appearance. I heard that earlier in the show, and I was like, I hope she comes up. Go ahead.
me. Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get a video sent to you that you very much need, and I don't know how to do it.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Just tell me about it.
It's in my messenger. It's in my Facebook Messenger,
Okay.
and it is. Are we private? Put me private, please.
I mean, they can hear you, but they don't. They can hear you, but they don't see you.
Okay. Well, it connects with the August video that you have,
Okay.
and I don't know how to get it to you.
Well, why don't you
Now,
listen to me? Hold up. I got to send the link to my buddy Dolly. Hold on a minute. Dolly, get ready to take over this show. You're
I'm a
gonna
big
run it.
dummy.
Rock and roll. Hold a second. Okay. So what you're gonna do is make sure you're sending me the right one. Okay. I want you to send it to www.facebook.com/Shell Task Force. Okay. Make sure you send it to the right one.
Okay, now you're gonna have to wait a minute because I sent you a
Okay.
friend request on your personal Facebook.
And I just
Okay.
accepted it.
You did?
Hold on a
It's
minute.
under
Hold on a second. I'll look.
it's under
Don't tell
Karen
the name.
Mullen.
Don't tell the name. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I just
I
told
mean,
you my name.
well, I mean, if you don't care that, I don't care either. But I'll look. See. Hold on a second. You have to understand this stuff's freaking ridiculous.
Well, I'm trying to get you this video and I can't
Okay.
seem to figure out how to do it.
Oh man,
It's in my
we got
Facebook
people coming in
Messenger.
everywhere.
I know.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, well, I mean, look, I don't have the friend request from that one. I mean, I don't have it. I really don't have it. I don't think. Let me see.
From I sent it to
Hold on a second.
Ernie.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
So, and, I gotta read this. An unrecognized device recently attempted to access your account. Let us know if it was you. Fudge. This is ridiculous.
I sent it to Ernie M. Shell. And there was two
That's not
profile
it.
pictures.
That's not it.
Okay.
The
Okay,
one
tell
you
me.
need to send it to. It's got
Okay.
the one you need to send it to is just Ernie Shell. Okay, Ernie Shell. It's got me sitting there doing my little peace sign or whatever the hell, and I've got the black hat with the white eagle on it or something. You'll see it.
Okay, well, the one I sent it to was you standing up with that hat.
Oh,
And
well,
it's
that
just
ain't it.
Ernie
That ain't it.
Shell.
That's the one it's at.
Okay, I'm going to send you a friend
I get it.
request. I'm going to send you a
Okay.
friend request, and you accept it because I can't send this video without you being my friend.
Okay. Well, send me the friend request first. I'm ready for it.
Okay, alrighty, I
What's
will.
up, Dolly?
What's up, Ernie? Everybody in the chat.
How
Good to
you
see
doing,
guys.
brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good
I
to see
can't
you.
complain.
I'm gonna let you wind this up, brother. Take it home. I want you to hit them hard questions on these people.
Okay,
We need
so
to know.
I at least need to know who I'm speaking with because I don't know exactly who I'm speaking with.
Okay, so wait till they come back up. They're busy right now. Let me see. Here they are. Wait, let me see. No, they're busy right now. I'm seeing they're coming back up. Hold on.
So they met
Man,
the
it's
well
been
in the
hard.
early beginning, right?
Yeah, this is they've known them from the time. I mean, they're pretty much the ones that done the work for them. If that helps you.
Okay.
Good deal. Just hold on a second here. I'm trying to get. Okay, so Dolly's gonna take over with some questions.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
They're not in right now. They're taking a break.
Okay.
I guess they're taking a smoke break.
All right. I got time.
Oh yeah. Plus, I got a bunch of videos and stuff I want to put up here, and they're supposed to be sending to me.
It's kind of crazy that Benny was making like idle threats at her grandkids like that.
Bro, and them that little man. If they, oh god, that's just ridiculous.
I mean, you're involved in a missing kids case, and you leaving any kind of weird, creepy comments on a kid's picture is just unacceptable. Especially when you act the way you do.
It's really bad. Bro, he already tried to hack into my Facebook, man. I'm sitting here getting all kind of stuff in here.
Well, he's big mad at you right now, Ernie. He's big mad at you.
Oh, I know. It is. Wait till he finds out how mad he's getting ready to be at me. Here we go. Here they come. I believe here they come. Let's see. Oh, we had Dr. Walsh up here. Well, he just left.
Okay.
Here we go. Let me confirm this. All right. Good deal. Okay, now confirm. I just confirmed it. She's gonna send me this. I'm gonna post it right on up here. You want to see it? Oh wow. So this is a video that nobody supposedly got. This is the one that Benny deleted his account over. Everybody's already seen that one, but there was
Is
another
that the one where he was saying he was in Tennessee?
Yes, but there's another one now up here. There's another one that he tried to get rid of. Well, let's see if we can find it. That's what we want. Okay, I've accepted her friend request. Let's see. See, it's probably going to go out here to the.
BK runs for Dolly. BK don't want to smoke. He don't want to smoke. I don't like to pick on BK too much. He got his own problems. I think Ernie's crushed him hard enough.
Oh,
He don't need me on his neck. But I think it's strange that all these people are involved, signing non-disclosure agreements, taking money, going to that house, hanging out with people, and then coming up here on the internet and defending them. It's a little crazy to me because anytime there's an NDA, that's a business contract.
Exactly.
So that means there was some business. Anywhere there's business, that means it's involving money. We got people out here paying people to run interference on the Summer Wells case. Why would that be the case unless there's something being covered up, something being hidden? And I think a bunch of these people know. I even believe Hunter knows.
Well, I believe the time's running out, and they're seeing that now. I mean, I believe that's what they're all waiting for, is that time to run out. And
yeah,
it's happening.
I think whoever speaks first is the one that's going to sit in jail the least at this point.
Exactly.
And what's going on with Don and his sisters, because I've heard the phone call with Benny and Candace, and she said that the police had spoke with Don, and he don't think he's ever getting out. He's never going to see her again. He's never going to see the boys again. And I mean, that's a hard feeling for her. Now, if they came clean, if it is true that they're covering something up and they came clean and it was an accident, then it ain't like they're going to sit there forever. They can let all this go, get all this behind them. Yeah, they're going to get in a little bit of trouble. And yeah, they're going to go to jail for a little tiny bit. But the longer it goes, like you said, the more she looks like she's directly involved. And the longer this goes, I think the longer people are going to end up getting in jail. I think if they just came clean and said, some tragedy happened and we were scared and we did this and, it's a little out of the norm, but under the circumstances, we wasn't thinking right. Maybe some probation time, a little bit of time, and the federal, not federal prison, but prison for maybe a year or two on manslaughter or covering up the scene of a crime or whatever, disposing of a body type thing. It's not like they're going to spend the rest of their lives in prison. At the rate they go, this could turn into them spending the rest of their lives in prison.
Well, something else too that's real big on that is look at these people that, like you said, look at these people that's involved, dude. They're all pedophiles, bro. They got like pedophilia running wild up there.
I know everybody on that hill is grabbing cheeks. I know it's weird.
Wow.
I thought that was only going down in West Virginia. I'm just playing.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, you got us hit here for sure.
But yeah, when I went through the registry list of sexual offenders that were in that area, I pulled up like 11, and I think 6 of them were in walking distance to Summer Wells. And that's a lot of pedos in one little area. And like I don't know if it's I'm leaning more towards the trafficking thing, maybe that this little girl was maybe pimped out or something like that. And I don't know. I just don't know. There's so much to it.
Who is Arthur? Who is Arthur Butcher backstage? Dude, you know if you click it. You do. Here we go. Let's see who these people are.
I have no clue.
Here we have Tiffany Marie.
How's it going, Tiffany?
Hey, Ernie.
Hey, Tiff, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. Who's on panel? I can't see.
Oh
Dolly,
yeah, this is the famous Dolly.
Dolly Vision.
Yep.
Hi, Dolly.
How's it going, Tiffany?
Good. What are you having trouble figuring out, Ernie? Trying to figure something out tonight?
Oh no, I'm gonna do my best to get this done.
What are you trying to get done?
The answers everybody wants.
Now let me ask you guys this: do y'all think if Don and BK were locked up in prison together, like the rumors are spreading on the internet, do you think they hatched a plan or some conspiracy?
No, Don and Benny didn't know each other before. That's ridiculous. Everybody says that. They're morons. Don and Benny didn't know each other before Summer went missing. It's all this bullshit that.
Yeah, Benny told me that too. When I talked to Benny, he said that
he loves that. He loves to lie to people, and he loves to make them believe it. It like gets them off. So I think that's part of why people believe all this shit, because Benny runs around lying to everybody.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut you down on that. I'm gonna go ahead and shut you down on that, Tiffany. Candace already admitted that.
Go ahead.
They knew. They knew each other.
Candace said that Benny and Don.
Did I just say? Did I stutter? Did I stutter?
Don't talk to me like that.
Goodbye, Tiffany. Thank you, Dolly. Keep going.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I mean, if the rumors are true, I mean, I ain't saying that they are. I don't know. I wasn't there in jail with them, but I spoke with Benny, and I think this was in the first conversation I ever had with Benny personally, and he said that him and Don were locked up at the same place, but not at the same time. But I mean, I don't know that to be true because the rumors had circulated a while back, and here they are surfacing again. But sometimes that's how rumors are. They don't die; they resurface. So I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. But even back when I heard about that, I was thinking, well, could this have been a plan where they had just plenty of time sitting in jail to come up with a way to get a book deal, movie deal, make some money, hustle, scheme, scam, plot, because they kind of seem like the same kind of people. That's why I can see Don Wells and Benny being friends like they are, because they're not far from the same people.
I know. And I can't believe it either that they're acting like that and doing that. But, when Candace says that, and she's sitting there and she's shaking and she's crying, and she says, hey, look, just to be honest with you, he knew him. He knew him. And then when she says that, Candace told me, Benny has relatives that live, and I'll show you the screenshot, that live around where she's at there. So, when you start looking into that, oh my God. I mean, how does Candace obviously know this unless she's been talking to, of course, the people, right? I mean, you get that?
Look, and I ain't even saying this to be like picking on the dude or nothing of that matter. He has some serious things going on in his brain that is a little bit psychotic. You know what I'm saying? So you add that to the equation, him leaving messages on people's kids' pictures, him trying to scare women, right? Him being a bully. Just it's strange, it's really weird, and you got him pushing up on all these people that have missing kids. I ain't saying that he'd be the one to go hurt a little kid, but you start to become suspect at a certain point. You're like, hey, dude, you're act really weird. You brutally butcher animals. You kind of get off on that type of stuff. You're exploiting families of missing kids. It starts to get really like creepy, like no joking, no playing, just straight up creepy.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting here waiting now. I think they're talking to Candace right now, maybe. Could this be trying to get her? But I'm going to tell you right now, she's probably shit-faced, to be honest with you. And just be honest. I mean, She didn't go back home. She's scared to go home. Here we go. If somebody comes up, uh-oh. Hello, hey. Okay, she's back. Yes, hello? Go ahead, Dolly.
Who's up here with me? I just hear
I've
like
been sitting here.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Dolly. You can take over this.
Okay, hello, who's this? All I hear is crinkling like somebody's eating some ruffled potato chips.
Okay, listen. Dolly's taking over the show right now, so go ahead and talk to him. He's going to ask you some questions. Is that okay?
Oh Lord.
Okay, good deal. She's just a fan. She's starstruck on you, Dolly. There you go.
Okay, I guess. I don't know. Who am I speaking with?
Her name's Dawn. Her name's Dawn. Just go with that.
Okay,
Dawn,
hey Don.
can you
Hey
hear?
Don, how you doing? Okay, I think you might need to clip her there, Ernie. She got
Hold on.
something going on.
Hold on a second. She's getting her things to. This is ridiculous. She's doing something here. Let's see. Okay, are you there? Okay, sorry about that, Dolly. They've had a couple problems with their stuff. I don't know what's going on with their laughing shit. We're trying to figure some stuff out too.
Well, did you happen to see the video, Ernie, that JLR put out where he actually sent a picture of you and Candace to Don Wells in the jail?
I did not see that. I did not see that at all.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, they're going to turn on each other at some point. Somebody's going to eventually talk. What happens in the dark always comes to light, no matter what. And I think, like you said, the first person that goes says and tells the truth is the one they're going to go the easiest on, right? And Don,
exactly.
He's pretty much done. You know what I'm saying? You can put a fork in his ass. He's with this and plus the stuff in Utah. He's pretty much done. You just stab him with a fork.
Okay, she's coming back up. She's coming back up. She got everything fixed. I'm gonna get her back up here. Hold on one second. Go ahead and take over here, Dolly. I'll be right back with you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Wait a minute, she's coming up. Okay.
And plus, like I was saying, this ain't like no normal case I've ever seen in the history of any other missing child case where it's been so overwhelmed by the internet that there's so many internet players in it that, you got people being paid, non-disclosure agreements. I've never in my life ever heard of anybody signing a missing non-disclosure agreement in a missing child case when it first happens. I ain't never heard about them signing it after it happens. Only stuff like that is usually when there's book deals or there's stuff that's going on at that property that they don't want people to leak to the public. Right. So, and maybe if they're there and they seen something, maybe a drop of blood, they was not to say nothing, or if they seen something that was out of place.
Right. She's coming up. She's fixing her mic. Take her a second. She said, give her a second. I thought they was talking to Candace possibly because they talk to Candace all the time and maybe try to get her. And because these questions are there. The questions are there. And, we're just looking for the answers. But pretty much, I mean, the deal yesterday was a big deal for me. I know it broke her. It broke me. It was just bad.
Well, I did hear some things they said that I thought were interesting, that they've seen Candace show compassion and be upset and seem like she really cared genuinely about, Summer, for somebody being close to her. That's a little different. I would be thinking that they would say, but I'll see when I get up here.
Yeah, I mean, I know you pick apart these questions, and I know you was listening, and I was like, well, he's gonna have a lot better questions, and he's gonna be able to be out for it. Because, dude, I'll be honest with you, I've been at it for the last 3 days, bro, and having to travel like I'm doing and doing all this stuff. I needed the help.
I want to know the vibe on that hill. When people are on that hill, what kind of vibe do they get when they're staying there with Don and Candace and they're just hanging out in a general vibe? Nobody around, no internet stuff. What is the vibe?
Well, I'm gonna tell you kind of vibe I got when I was up there and it was dark like it was. I got the same vibe I got from when I was at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in New York. If that helps you.
Oh Lord,
that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, it looked a little creepy out there, but it's the woods, it's dark, not many street lights. But I'm talking about the vibe inside of their home on a normal day, like when there ain't nothing crazy going on and they're just drinking, doing their drugs, hanging out. What is the vibe like? Is it a crazy vibe? Is it like somebody's had to party with them, somebody's had to set up there and get high with them, And that's the person that I want to hear from. Somebody that sat there and smoked crack with Don Wells. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna know what kind of person Don Wells really is.
Okay, so they're messaging me. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm thinking somebody might be talking to Candace. I'm seeing right now.
Somebody said that with the flop house. That's what I'm thinking, that they had people coming in doing drugs. Candace, we heard Ali say that Candace was bringing people home from the gas station. She brought Jose there. She didn't really know Jose for damn. And think about this, how dangerous that is for women to have a revolving door of men coming in and out your house that you don't really know, that you just want to have sex with. That's super, super dangerous for your kids. You know, there's a lot of bad people in this world. I mean, everywhere. And you just opening your doors to anybody. You can let any predator, any killer, anybody into that house. And that's the bad thing about drugs, and just letting anybody come over and get high with you is, you know, because they're supplying drugs. So you think, hey, we buddies, but the whole time they're scoping the house, looking at your kids, could be pedophiles, thieves, things of that nature. Anytime there's drugs, it's going to bring the bad and the wrong elements around you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guarantee the times that Benny Keys and Don were hanging out up there together, they were up there getting high together.
Well, I mean, you know, we could even bring in, if he really wants to do it, I mean, Benny Keys is more than welcome to come up. You know what I'm saying, bro? I mean, if we're going to give people opportunity, I'd love to hear from him what he's saying about these ladies and what they're saying about him. I mean, they're the ones making accusations. They're the ones saying this. So there.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible to be threatening, telling a woman don't run. You know what I'm saying? What's she supposed to stand there and get stabbed like a pit bull? You know what I'm saying? Ladies, run far from that dude as you can, fast as you can. I mean, get the fuck away from him. Sorry about that. I'm gonna pay that $5.
You're good, bro. But go ahead, Benny. If you wanna come up, man, you're more than welcome to come up. I'm sure all your fans and friends and your little ones and all that you look up to is there waiting for you. So here we go.
I think BK is live right now. Anyway,
he's probably doing something wild. I don't know. He's probably streaming. I don't know.
But
I'm sure his people.
He's playing private investigator in his mind right this second. You know, he's being a child advocate while he threatens women and makes threat towards their little kids. That's some crazy stuff right there. And it's one of those threats where he didn't say nothing threatening, but it's made to be threatening. You know, like your kid's adorable and you're already a pit bull killer and like a weirdo, and you're saying my kid's adorable. To me, I take that as a threat. You threatening my kid. I don't blame these women for feeling that way because that's weird. And he's a creepy ass guy that laughs at his own jokes and shit. Like, so I don't know. That has a history. So you know he's a convict. He's an animal killer. He's making threats towards women. He's making threats towards little tiny kids. That's scary when he's involved in missing kids cases. He got to peel that back a little bit. They're
coming back up. They're coming back up here in a minute. They're just sitting here. They're trying to find this proof on Benny Keys right now. And I'll just tell them to forget about it. They can show it to me later, and we'll put it up. But I want to hear some of these questions that you've got.
At the most, when Benny goes back and he listens to this, just stop being a creepy ass dude, Benny. Stop being a weirdo all the time, man. Take a second, get your head right, get away from the internet for about a week, clear your mind, because you are coming off weird as shit. And I know the world has seen it like that. And you would be getting a lot of views, but I don't think them views are because people like to watch a train wreck, and you're slowly like a train wreck. You know, so I think that's what it's coming from. And he just needs to chill. You know, the things he's doing is too much. Oh, and I heard his brain is not leaking. I heard what the deal is with the leaky brain. And what it is he has a cyst on his neck close to his spinal cord. And it's from shooting dope is what it's from. And what it does is the cyst has to be drained from the back of Benny's neck. Okay. Because I know some people that know some people. And that's the deal with the leaky brain. He's not actually leaking from his brain. He don't have nothing wrong. I mean, he does have something wrong with his brain, but what he's going to the doctor for is not actually about his brain. It's about a cyst that he has in the back that's by his spinal column.
Hey, how is everybody?
Hello, who am I speaking with?
This is Casey. I just came up to help a little bit if you needed help while Ernie's trying to figure this out and get them back up on panel. I figured maybe we could talk about some things that we actually do know as fact that a certain person, we'll just say BK, has done. Maybe, possibly, if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's been lots of people that have seen and sent us all screenshots of BK and his little minions running around talking about hacking people's phones, mirroring people's phones, taking screenshots off of the mirroring from the phones. Also, it was done to my children's devices. So I have data on mine. My children have their little tablets and devices on Wi-Fi. And I had to end up getting a VPN for every single device in this house.
He got hackers like that?
Yeah, Rap helps him. Rap, I don't know his name. I think he's underage. If not, he's at 18. And he's helping Benny Keys hack people's stuff for sure.
I knew there's got to be a kid behind it. There's always a kid in the background somewhere.
Exactly.
I got my own rap. I call him rapper though.
Yep. So we've got all the screenshots and all that. I mean, of course, we don't have video of it happening right then and there, but there are signs and symptoms you can look for to see if your devices are being hacked. One of them being they like to mess around sometimes with your volume. Like I was saying in chat too, they like to press pause a million times when you are watching somebody's live stream that they don't like. You press play, they press pause, you press play, they press, it's annoying.
Sorry guys, I'll interrupt you a second. Candace is running right now, guys. Candace is running. She's not, she dodged and she don't want to come up. Candace is pretty much probably off her lid right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And That's just where you got to be. I'm not sugarcoating nothing else for her. I'm not sugarcoating it no more, and I'm not going to do that. And these ladies,
I'm not going to be rude or disrespectful to.
oh, I know you're not. And I told them, and they're like, well, because I brought Dolly up and everything. But I'm like, he's just going to ask you a few questions, and just kind of go over it. It's kind of we're going to just talk about it, kind of associate with it together. That way we just figure it out and just talk about it. That's all we're going to really do. It ain't really the questions. I mean, you just want to ask, So they're coming. Here they are.
All right, I'll jump down.
All right,
Talk with
there
you
they
guys.
are. Finally. Okay, go ahead, Dolly.
Okay, ladies, are you with me? Hello. Can you girls hear me?
She's getting out. Are you going to talk, ma'am? Dawn, are you going to talk? Oh, she's getting ready, I guess.
All right.
Give her a second. Okay. Let's see what's up. Dawn, are you going to talk?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Dolly.
Hey, Don.
Hello.
So was it Benny that was threatening your grandkids?
He just made comments to my grandkids that weren't appropriate.
But did you feel that it was like as a threat?
Being that Benny is a stranger to me and a stranger absolutely to my grandchildren, yes. If he would have been, let's put it this way, if it would have been somebody, if I'd have been in Walmart and somebody walked up and said that to my grandkids, I probably would have slugged them.
Uh-huh.
They'd have been reported.
And he left you to comment, don't run.
Yes.
Okay, had you ever had any run-ins with, like when you was there with Don and Candace, did you ever meet Benny at any of those times?
I've never been to Don and Candace's home.
Okay.
I am not in Tennessee. I am 20 hours away. My only contact with them is every single day since the day after Summer went missing. I've been in constant contact by phone and by video every day since she's been missing.
And what do you think Candace's emotional space has been this whole time? Has she been, like, when you talk to her, does she seem crushed? Does she seem okay? Does she seem like she's dealing with it? Like, what would you say her vibe is?
I think she's detached. You know how when someone doesn't want to deal with what is happening?
Yes.
They will take, and years ago they would call it like a psychological break. But as we know, people don't actually have a psychological break. They either become what is known as liable, and that might not be the correct pronunciation, or they disattach from themselves.
Yeah, like during a nervous breakdown situation.
Right, but people really don't have like an actual nervous break. Like in the day, they used to say, "Oh, well, my mother had a nervous breakdown," and they put her in the psych ward or whatever. People don't actually do that. Now, the fact that Candace has bipolar and she has some post-traumatic stress disorder that's been diagnosed, she's unmedicated, except for self-medicated. I'm sure that with the symptoms being untreated professionally, that it is common that for Candace to detach with the fact that she has abuse going on. She has the trauma of Summer missing, whether it's she has involvement or she doesn't have involvement. Then now she's got the boys missing, another trauma, whether it's self-inflicted or not. There's still a trauma there. They're her children.
Now, in the time she spent with Candace over the internet and in the live streams, has she ever spoke with you about any drug addictions or any problems she's having with drugs?
Hi, real quick, I don't want to cut in, but I only have like a few minutes real quick. You had just addressed something about earlier when I said that I seen in Candace, I seen it in Candace, compassion, deep compassion. I seen it face to face with her in her eyes. Yes, I did. People think that she doesn't show compassion, and what people show behind closed doors or people show one-on-one with someone else is a lot different than what everybody out here is seeing. And I will say one thing. I seen Candace break. I seen her. I seen the compassion. My heart just melted, and I seen it straight in her eyes, face to face.
So you got to spend time with her. Did she ever speak with you? Did she ever speak with you about any of her substance abuse or drug abuse while you was there with her?
Not while I was right there with her. That'd be more the other Dawn to answer. I'm at work, and I just wanted to address, because I'm on and off. I'm having to work. I just wanted to address that what you was talking about with her. Me seeing compassion in her. I did. What y'all see on YouTube is not what she is like. It's not. Some people can hold their feelings, and I agree with Dawn. I think she has a lot of detachment problems. But when you're face to face with somebody and you start talking about their daughter or their children, and what I seen in her eyes is a very, very deep, painful hurt. Love for her kids. Yes, what you had said earlier, I did see that. I definitely seen that.
Yes, and okay. I've seen that with Candace, where when I've called her to the table about something, when I've said to her, your kid is missing, Candace. We have to talk about Summer. We have to talk about getting things together for your kids. We have to talk. Yeah, we have to
Let
Face
me ask you
reality.
something real quick because she don't have much time. Both of you ladies. Now, y'all both ladies. Y'all both spent time with her. One of you personally at her house, and one of you through Skype or video. Do you see an abused woman? Do you think she's just abused and beaten down, and she's scared?
Let me say this real quick before I have to get off of here. I come from an abusive relation. My husband's passed away since, but of 28 years on and off. I see a lot of I see a lot of me in Candace. I see a lot of what I went through in Candace. Yes. I do see a lot of scared, a lot of not knowing because you've always been told what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Decision making. You didn't. Even right now, my husband's been gone almost 6 years, and I still can't make decisions on my own because I'm a lot better at it. But I never made the decisions. It was always him, and I see a lot of that with Dawn. So yes, I do believe that she has went through a lot of that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, especially for women that come from an older era where there was more stay-at-home moms, women not working, men taking care of her. And, if she's being abused and she's scared and Dawn did something and Dawn has put that much fear into her where she's scared to talk is kind of where I'm going. Is she just scared that Dawn will get out and hurt her if she maybe tells something that possibly could have happened? Did she get, I know they say the kid was abducted, but there's no signs. The FBI seems to have no signs that the kid was taken from the hill. She kind of had the thing as a revolving door for people to come into her house. So that adds so many elements to it, and just the whole story of her being with Grandis planting flowers and she sends Summer into the house. Well, she's outside and somebody was to grab a kid. If I just say I was a kid and somebody grabbed me, I would scream, I would kick. It's hard to believe that somebody could come up on that hill and you not hear them come up there and not hear them come up there and not hear them snatch your kid. None of those things. I just think little parts of Candace's story don't add up. Either she was in the house with Grandis and she wasn't outside. She was in the trailer and somebody could have came up there and she never seen it. But to be saying I'm outside planting flowers when this happens, it's like, well, you would have heard it. You would have heard somebody in the gravel. You would have heard somebody shut a door. You would have heard something. And then we also had a situation with the couch that sat in front of the door. When Chris McDonough did the interview with her, there was no couch in front of that door. But we hear everybody else, Allie, Jose, that there was always something in front of that door. Okay.
You see, I believe. Sorry about that, Don. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother. But I believe that, like what I discussed with Candace was, I don't believe Don was at work the whole day. I believe he came in. I believe he moved the couch from the door, and I believe he'd already had it arranged 2 days prior. That's what I'm thinking, and that's I'm gonna keep to that.
Over drugs? You think it was behind drugs, Ernie?
Well, what we're talking about, because Candace is so scared about what's going on, and she talked about, there had been people that had came up, and here's the thing, even Don had said, there's people up on his hill that, drug addicts and drugs and pedophiles. I mean, he said that before, predators. I mean, that's all you want to talk about. Oh, they are predators. I mean, they're predators. But what got me is when he told me, he said, the poor bastard that came into our basement and took our little girl. So he automatically knew he already had the damn door unlocked. He already had it staged for it. And when I mentioned this to Candace, she looked at me like, give me the look like, how the hell did you know? But if I can't get her up here to do this because she's all messed up and whatever she's doing now, that ain't, that's neither here nor there. So that just goes there.
See, I did ask them to have their PI look at the same place that they found Carly Trent because I don't know, I just had a weird feeling about that whole situation. It's 59 minutes from there. It's 59 minutes. There's just too many similarities to me from everything that I found in all the files, the stuff I shared with you, Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
There's just too many similarities. They're old abandoned cabins, like I told you when they found Carly Trent. She came back looking like a little girl that was out with her grandma for Sunday afternoon. A little girl missing that many days. Come on, you don't come back looking like that. And that's not to make anything light of what that little girl went through, because something wasn't right about the situation. It was on Lawson's property. White Rabbit. Why didn't I get her to go to rehab? I did try.
We mentioned that earlier. We tried. I tried.
She will not go to rehab. Do you know why she don't want to go to rehab? She doesn't want to go to rehab because she can't smoke there. She doesn't want to be trapped. She's afraid of being trapped there. First, it was she didn't want to leave the hill. Then it was that she didn't want to leave in case they found Summer. Now I can't get her back to the daggone hill. Now I think she's running from whatever it is. I don't know. And just so we're clear, White Rabbit, I'm not her big buddy.
Hey,
I am not her big buddy.
Did you see any abuse between her and Don?
Yeah, I did not physically see it with my eyes, but I did hear it with my ears. I did take the phone calls in the middle of the night from Candace. I did hear Donald on the phone. I did hear the arguments. I did hear him call her vile names. I did hear all that.
Okay. Go ahead, Ernie. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, brother. You're good, brother. So here's the thing about it. you talk about Candace, not, going to be trapped when she's in prison. She ain't getting no cigarettes anyway, and it's going to be really, really bad. You talk about trapped. That's where you're going to be. That's where she's going to be if she don't come forward with what she knows, if any, because she's already said enough. She's running from something right now because she's told me she's not going back up on the hill. Because she's told me she's not going back up on the hill because didn't her place get broke into? Her door was messed up now.
Yes, that was the same night that you tried to bring them pizza. The following morning, I was sent a picture. Somebody tried to get into her house. Yes. Also, as far as to readdress White Rabbit, as of July last year, I started trying to get Donald and Candace both into rehab. There is a place that when Donald, if he doesn't get taken to Utah, that I've worked with them to get him into a place called U-Turn Ranch because Donald did not want to go in a regular rehab. This is a male-only rehab, and it is Christian-based. It is basically a hard labor ranch. Well, now I don't think that is going to be the appropriate place for him, but I worked trying to get Donald to agree. This is before all the other drama came out. I finally got him to agree. Then he went out and got himself drunk, got a DUI, and now he's in jail.
Let me ask you a quick question. Now, when you dealt with Don, what was your impression of Don? Was he ever flirty with you? Did he come off creepy? Was he just a nice guy? Like, what would your general impression of Don Wells be? If you just met him for the first time and didn't know him, what would your general impression of him be?
Extremely nice. Very, very. Yeah.
Don was very polite, very mannerly. He knows the Bible very, very well. He was very well spoken. He's quite the charmer. But give Donald one sip of alcohol, and I'm going to tell you what, Donald's a nasty son of a bee, and I'm going to tell you.
So it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Oh, yeah. And Donald I'm telling you, Donald called me one night when he was out running the streets, and let me tell you, he told me some of the most inappropriate things that I probably never should have heard.
Uh-huh.
And
like, not being graphic, but like referencing what type of things? Like sexual things or?
I think her phone might have went again.
Okay.
No, here it is.
I'm back. It just keeps throwing me off the stage.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't.
I said, without being too graphic, things was he?
Bottom line, he told me, and I discussed this earlier, Donald had went down to Nashville. He had purchased crack cocaine. He knew TBI was following him, so he thought he'd take him on a little tour.
I've heard him speak of that. I heard a video of him where he said people were accusing him of selling his daughter, and he had money, so he went out and bought a bunch of drugs and went down and supplied everybody with crack. The only problem I had with that is I think Don was smoking that. I think he was supplying crack. He was on a little bit of a bender.
Absolutely. Well, he decided to call me on the phone on his way back and tell me the hookers were trying to climb in the car with him and provide him some professional services. Need I say more?
Oh, yeah. Don's
all the way till the time he got back home. He couldn't understand why Candace was upset with him for talking about that. And I said, well, that's your wife. I would guess she would be very upset about that conversation because she told him, get off the phone. That's disgusting. What are you calling that woman? It was probably 2, 3 in the morning when he called to tell me that.
He didn't even remember it.
No, he did not. Had no idea. Was totally embarrassed.
Don and Candace, what you would say, have an open relationship where they're okay with them sleeping and cheating with other people?
No. But I think when Donald gets messed up like that, whether it's real or just some intoxicated, flirty delusion he's got going on, do you know what I mean? Uh-huh. How some people, when they, like, say they get drunk and they're like, all of a sudden they're a lover to everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody wants them.
Right, that kind of thing. And I think that's what happens with Don. All of a sudden he's Don Juan.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
So I got a question. Now. You talk about Don and his actions and what he was and the way he was. I remember watching a video. It was a very, very vague video. And he was talking about this 13-year-old, and he said he was talking about her body and how she looked. And he talked about how she had a body. Remember that? Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Yes. Talking about Bear Alley's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you watch his eye, if you actually watch him go into that, it's like a trance. And it's like, I've seen this before in other child predators. He just goes right after it. It's just like, a blood in the water and a shark going after it. And he's just like, boom, no matter how many questions they ask him after that, he's right on that again. Now, in the video, or in the phone call with Don Wells and B, he plainly says, Summer looked just like my sister. She looks just like my sister. And he goes into that trance like 5 times in 30 seconds. He says that.
You know what he was doing with
beautiful. Go ahead.
Now, I probably didn't see that part because of my own history. When it gets into that part because of my own abuse, I most likely clicked out of there because I have a real difficulty with stuff like that.
And I understand that.
Yeah, because it's too close to my own situation.
And another thing that was real damaging when he was up there saying he done apologize to his sister for, molesting her as a child. She was 5 years old. So I don't think a sorry in the world is good enough for that. I mean,
There
he
is
could come
no
off as the
apology.
nicest guy in the world, but that dude's a monster. He's a monster deep to his core. He could come off. That's just show. That's smoke and mirrors. That dude's a monster. You know, anybody would do that to their sisters, and the things he said about the family pet, and just the things that you hear Candace saying he's doing, smoking crack, sleeping with prostitutes. I mean, the dude's a monster.
Please do not refer to me as I am running, because I do not run from anywhere, and I do not appreciate that
She's
comment.
not talking to you. She's not talking to you. She's not talking about you.
I know, but I did see that comment come up, said, Ernie, please get those receipts before they run. Let me tell you something. If I was going to, nope, I'm going to say this. If I was going to run, I would have ran 10 months and 4 days ago. I have been running on empty for 10 months and 4 days. The only son of a bitch running is her mother. I've been going on empty for a little girl that has stole my heart and the heart of this nation. I'm tired. I'm not running, but I'll tell you what I am doing. I'm looking and looking through. You don't have any clue how many files I have. I have about 40 Google Docs full of files, 10,000, 20,000 pictures.
Okay, cool deal. And you've shared a lot with me, and I'm sitting here looking through some of this, and I'm
not trying to be rude, but I'm tired, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be rude to anybody here, because I appreciate everybody. I really do, but this is very hard to do, because I'm here for summer. So this is why I'm here.
Okay, so here's the thing, guys. You know, this is hard. It's triggering to a lot of people. You know, and I even me. That's why I had to ask Dolly, because Candace needs to come with the truth. She does. What she's doing now is awful. And I mean, I know you ladies have to agree with that, because right now she's with this friend right now or whatever, and they're probably out having a good time. And while her daughter is missing. There's no way in hell I could do that. There's no way in hell I could ever do that. I can't do that. I couldn't do that. I mean, it's bothering me right now. Me sitting here thinking and seeing her eyes and seeing the way Candace does, and just saying, look, you know what's going on.
Yeah, and the best thing, like I would say to Candace, I know I do a lot of joking and playing about everything, but I would say if you want to take this weight off of you, you want to take all this pressure off of you, you want all this to go away, then I would just come clean. If a tragedy happens, let the world know. I mean, accident's an accident. Just let the world go. So just don't continue on and on. Let this little baby girl, if she's gone, let her rest in peace. That's just the right thing to do for yourself, for your family, for her, and for everybody in the YouTube community that's fell down this rabbit hole that is the Summer Wells rabbit hole.
And it's sad because Candace has put everybody on spot tonight, because she's supposed to be up here too. I talked to her all day. And she's just saying, you know, not now. I can't come out now. I can't do this. Yes, you can, Candace. You can.
Right. It's not about you, Candace. It's not about you. It's about a little 6-year-old girl, your little girl.
Yeah.
And I have stood and talked with you. I can't even tell you how many calls I've had, how many video calls, how many tears, how many hours. I can't even tell you. I have talked and talked and talked with you many nights, not even going to sleep.
And if it was an accident, just let the world know. The punishment for that is not going to be as severe as you think, Candace. I think if you came forward, came clean, you'd be surprised at the outcome. It's not going to be the rest of your life in prison like that. You know, accidents happen. That's why they call them accidents. I never thought Candace for one day was a killer. I still don't. I believe something tragically might have happened. And I think these families, maybe Candace did, or maybe Don did, or maybe Grandis did, but somebody's covered something up and they're keeping some information. And a lot of things on that hill don't make sense. And when stuff don't add up, that means the math is wrong. And if the math is wrong, the story's wrong. So,
well, no matter how much you put into it and what you want to try to take out of it, if it don't add up, like the man said, it don't add up. And I'm going to
tell you, the only two people that are in my eyes is Donald and Candace. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, everything I've researched, there's only two I'm looking at. And Candace, I told you that. I've told you. I've talked to you. I've talked to Donald. I've never lied to you. I've told you. No matter how bad it is, if you talk to me, I will help you. Anyone that is your friend does not give you alcohol. They don't give you drugs. They tell you the freaking truth. And anybody does anything different for you is a damn liar.
Well, you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, you're right. You know, real friends don't put you up to get shit-faced when you're supposed to have a meeting.
Where are those? Let me give you.
Well, I talked to her tonight, and she knew about all this, and now she's doing this. And she went over there, and she said, "Oh yeah, well I'll be on there," and you know she's wanting because we already had it planned what we was going to do, and to pretty much show her that she has friends here, and then all of a sudden she skips out. So that right there just kind of shows you something, guys. To be honest with you, I'm tired of it. I know Dolly. I know Dolly's probably tired of it because it shows guilt. It shows guilt. It shows that you don't want to take responsibility. It shows you know something, and by God, the most important thing is your daughter's out there, and it shows you don't even care. And I'm sorry, but
I know it's hard. I know it's hard for her. I know it's hard for Candace because doing this, she has to give up on Don. But Don is gone anyway, Candace. Don is gone. Once some charges come down on him in Utah and all this stuff is coming out, he's done anyway. The best thing for you is to get away from Don, tell what you know, Come clean about everything that really happened that day. Eventually, somebody's going to tell anyway. As soon as Hunter gets pinched or gets in any big trouble, he's going to tell on you. So somebody's going to end up telling anyway. And it's best, I think, it be you. It come from you. You, that little girl's mother. I honestly, in my heart, feel like you know something. Okay. And I ain't like Dr. Phil. I ain't thinking you know something you don't know. I'm thinking you know something you know. And for the world and for yourself, to take it off of everybody, all the heartache that it's caused yourself and everybody else on the internet, just come clean. And I'm telling you, you will feel a lot better. And accidents happen. The punishment's not going to be what you think. Just be a woman, stand up, and take responsibility for the accident or whatever occurred that day at your house and tell the world. That's my 2 cents on Ernie. I got to get ready to get out of here, Ernie.
Hey, brother. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for the help. See you, brother.
No
Thank you. Thank you, brother. And now that Dolly has left the building, exit stage left, like the Elvis. But anyways, so here, let me make something clear to you guys. I did not block PG. And if you block, they're going to be trouble because nobody needs to block nobody. That is wrong. I told nobody to block nobody. Everybody has their own thing. I'm not going to block nobody. Okay. So she best not be blocked, guys, because nobody told nobody to block nobody. Okay. There you go. No, I do not sound like Elvis. I don't want to sound like Elvis. Don't want nothing to do with Elvis. Now, I appreciate what's going on. I did not. Okay. Candace is calling. Everybody mute out. Hey. What the hell you doing? You're supposed to be on panel tonight.
I want to have fun.
I told you. Are you okay?
Where the fuck are you at?
I'm in a vehicle.
Look, when you see you again.
Okay, well, go ahead and post your shit out there. Shit. But I'm in the vehicle right now. Here, I'm gonna send you the link. Come up. I'm gonna do this right here. I want to ask. You got your friends up here. They want to talk to you. Okay?
What are you gonna ask me first?
We'll do what?
What are you gonna ask me first?
What am I gonna ask you? We're just gonna talk. I just want to talk to you. I got two of your friends up here. The ones you told me to talk.
What, bro?
Just talk. Let's talk, Candace. Nothing bad. I'm not trying to set you up.
About what?
We're gonna talk about what happened, Candace. Benny. The stuff with Benny.
Fucking know.
Benny.
I ain't stuck with Benny, motherfucker.
I didn't say that. I said we're gonna talk about Benny.
Oh.
Has he called you today?
Who else is gonna be on panel?
Your friends. Don't say your friends will be on panel. The ones you told me to talk to. That's all you need. Is that okay?
All right. Well, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Well, you got the link. I'm gonna send it to you right now. I'm gonna send you the link. Crazy thing.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So everybody, hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat, please.
Yep.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So we're gonna go ahead. She's gonna come up.
I'm gonna have to go back to work.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal.
Don, are you on here?
Yeah, I'm
Hold
gonna
on
go.
So send that message to Ernie.
I don't know. You'll have to.
Go into messages and send it to Ernie Show.
Okay. So let's let Candace come on. God, I wish Dolly hadn't left. Good God. I know he's busy and he's got other things he's got to do. I'm not blocked. I've got AB should not be blocked, guys. We're not blocking people like that. We're not doing that. We're not going to block these other content creators because, they did help. They have helped us. I mean, I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself. I've already said that. Well, I'll have to unblock him. We'll have to unblock him. All our people are busy right now. We're working on files and stuff, and nobody's around the damn laptop right now. We're all doing this from handheld. So, I mean, this is quick. I didn't get to talk to these ladies beforehand, just a little bit. I didn't know.
I don't own a computer. Everything that I do, Ernie, is by cell phone. I do not own a computer. So, and people need to understand that.
Okay, so I have to have a laptop to do all that. That's the only way it works.
That's why it takes it. Go ahead.
Okay, so Candace is on her way up. I guess Candace is on her way up. So we'll see. She's on her way up. I don't know if she's saying plug in or what, but we're going to find out. We're going to talk to her. Happy birthday, everybody. Whoever's birthday it is.
Okay. Hold on, I got him.
So she says she's on her way up. I just sent her the link. So give her a minute. She got freshened up or whatever she got to do. But we want to get people together. This is how you understand things. He's already got the 1 up. All right. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you. All right. To be honest with you, I'm tired about this whole stuff. I'm really, really tired about it.
Who is Dr. Walsh?
Dr. Walsh is somebody I don't even know who it is in here. He was a former administrator over a place I used to work back in the day.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on.
He wrote you pretty bad comments. I don't know.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's it.
Okay, because I received a message for you, Ernie.
Yeah, it's something they hacked up. Gossip, the stripper, she hacked up a bunch of my words, and she actually I think sent it to TBI, which I just turned everything into the FBI on her that she hacked and actually done that. But she hacked up a bunch of my words saying I know and had her body. I don't even know what. It's bullshit. I'm just an idiot. They're idiots, and they're getting ready to get exposed. I'm gonna expose every one of them. But anyway, we're waiting on Candace right now, so I told you it's gonna be a hell of a long live. I know that's bad, but
You never told me that. You said you want to come up for a few minutes.
Well, I mean, you're the one that knows more than I know about it because I never even studied the damn case. And I was sitting there like, good God. And then Candace referred me to you. And I was like, well, what can she tell me? And then we got to talking and we was like, well, hell, right here we go. Boom.
Well, hell, I didn't send you Google files for you. You should have been doing your homework today.
Well, here's the thing. I can't unblock nobody right now. Okay, I can't unblock nobody, but I will. And I can. So right now, I'm waiting on Candace to come up and see.
Because I'm making a pot of coffee.
Well, I'm getting ready to go make me a pack of cigarettes. I just played. I ain't never smoked my life.
I just had one close.
I'm gonna mute out of this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Another thing I
I'm
want
gonna
to.
mute out of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute out. I'll try to stay on and keep that forward, but I'll drive.
Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is Benny Keys set up those cash apps for Candace.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes, we haven't talked about that.
All right. I'm glad. Thank you. Because I was looking. I was like,
I have got the receipts. Yes, I will get them to Ernie. I will make sure he has them. Not right this second, because otherwise I got to jump out of here and come right back in and go through a whole kabacho. I have got all the receipts. I will get you the receipts for that. I will get you the receipts for all 58 calls from Benny to Candace in the last month and a half. But Candace got a total of $250 of all the money that Benny has collected for Candace since this began. $250. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So, and she had to beg him for that. I have the text messages too.
She had to beg Benny for money and him raising money on her name. Oh my God. Wow.
Yes. I also busted the girl that had the GoFundMe. Also, the girl, Amy Jo, who was running the fraudulent little t-shirt scam on Facebook. And who also was running a Cash App under Candace Bly. And was running a Facebook under Candace Bly. I have all of it. Also where I reported to Facebook. I have all of that. And I will get every bit of that to you, Ernie, so you have it at your disposal. I just didn't know we were going this in depth tonight. I did not know that. I apologize.
I just wanted to get it over with. And I knew, I'm talking to Candace right now. She's like, I pretty much just told him, we need to find out from her. I mean, all this stuff, it adds up. There's a reason. I mean, only $250? Well, hell.
Yes.
Wow. The whole time.
Yes. I'm going to try to pop down here. Hopefully I don't get kicked out here, but I'm going to pop down real quick, and I'm going to try to send you those real quick here.
Okay, cool deal. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Or you can open another panel up or something like that.
Right. I'm going to send them to your email. Hold on a second. I chat so much with Candace, it's going to take me a minute to get them. Hold on. Be right back.
Okay, good deal. Wow. That is huge. That is huge right there. I mean, only sending her $250? Well, you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Here, hold on a second. Let me see. I think everyone's sick and tired of Circus 4 Summers are better than this. She does. Summer
she does. And that is why I've stayed hanging in here, because somebody has to keep fighting behind the scenes. Somebody has to. And I know Candace is going to be upset, but someone has to keep fighting, Ernie.
Well, I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. So he set up her Cash App.
Yes.
He had access.
He had 2 Cash Apps set up for her that I busted.
Wait a minute. Well, he said he left him $500 when he left Tennessee. Wow. Did he? So did he have any money when he left Tennessee for her? That is freaking ridiculous. Wow. Sure. How much did you collect? I can find out. We can find it out easy, actually. But anyways, can you guys believe this? No, this is not Don Keller. Can everybody hear me good? I'm making sure the voice didn't go out. This damn phone is oh my God. Maybe I need to go get me a wish list or something like that. Start putting shit on it. Do like these other YouTubers do. Well, I don't do that, but we can all talk about it. Ain't that wild? Thank you, Awaken Your Senses. Thank you so much. I'm glad people can hear me. This is crazy. Wow. This is something that's, I don't know. You there? Because these receipts, if she's got the receipts where he only gave her that much money, and she puts it out, that's what they've been doing. That's why they was gone so long. They've been working on receipts. They understand that the receipts is what it takes. And BK, you're more than welcome to come up. I'm glad. I hope they do, because I do have solid content. Thank you. Because what we do is we do it for you, the people. That's just the fact about it is I ain't worried about it. I'm not flashing no Cash App, and I won't be. You had your chance, Ernie. You see? Look at this. That baby China. Oh, God almighty. No, I'm getting ready to show some screenshots on that, too. I'm going to tell the story tonight, guys. Everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, guys. Just make sure, because my sound's going in and out. It's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you a story tonight. What happened to me? Anybody got? Let's put it up in here. Give me one in the chat. Let me tell you what happened now. You know, I wanted to go out. You know, just trying to get away from all of this. I broke my shoulder. My shoulder is destroyed, and I just need. I want it fixed. I want my shoulder fixed. So I need rest. I need a lot of rest. I ain't had no rest. So here's the thing. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go out. Just go out on the town, man. Just get me a friend or something like that. Just go and just get away from this a little bit. Just get away. So I was messaging a friend of mine. Well, she messaged me. She's like, hey, let's go out for the weekend and all that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So everything was set up, and all that. Next thing you know, I just do what? Oh, man, it's gonna be good. Well, dude, my $1,200 being spent on you and those kids. Stop, LUI. What in the hell are you talking about? But anyways, go ahead and get rid of that person there because I don't even know who that is. That's ridiculous. You see how people do? But anyways, it is what it is. Go ahead and get rid of her. Maybe she'll understand one of these days. Good God Almighty. So she's like, I've only got a few $100s, and I want to, and I can't got no more money to payday. I was like, well, hell, I'll cover it. Shit, that's cool. I'll cover it because hell, I want to get away. I'm tired. I want to get away. I want to, just relax, enjoy life. Be able to talk with people, just get out there, just be me, enjoy myself. And everybody knows what everybody's doing. Ernie, would you agree that everybody knows what everybody's driving in there just like that? Just depends. I mean, I don't know. Just like I said, I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to actually even apply to that. But anyways, there's a lot of things going on, guys. And there's people. They're still backstage here. They're still up there. They here. You guys still in here? What are you guys doing? I don't hear nothing from you guys. I think you're muted out. I think one's gone. But anyways, we're waiting on Candace. If she wants to come, if she don't, she don't. But all we're doing, we're talking about the Cash App, and we're trying to get information on that. But if Benny, if you've only gave her $250 this whole time, you're a sick bastard. You're a sick bastard. You're a sick bastard if you've only gave her that. If you used that and I done that, you're a sick bastard. That's just a fact. That's sad. That's so sad. That's so sad. So we're waiting on Candace, guys. Let me see what she said. I'm sitting here running out. Literally, I've got it plugged up. I mean, it's been a wild day. Nobody's chopped you up like I don't give a fuck about money or anything except my daughter. Let me tell you something, Candace, and I've been nice to you, and I know you're watching, and you can hear this, and it's as simple as this. Nobody's chopped you up like chopped liver. We've actually been defending you today. So,
Benny,
go ahead. Sorry about that.
hey, you should have got that about Benny.
Okay, so let me look at it. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead and talk to these people here. Candace said we chopped her up like liver and made her look bad. We haven't. We ain't said nothing about it.
Candace, you know darn well I did not chop you up like liver. I have stood by you all of this time. I have never lied to you. You know darn well. Bring your honey up here. You know darn well. Now, I find that very unfair of you. You need to come up here and talk instead of talking on the phone to Ernie behind the scenes. Come up here and talk. I know you're upset and it's uncomfortable. But there is nothing that I've said here that I've not said to you or would not say to you if I was standing face to face with you. Everything that I have done from June 16th, the day after Summer went missing, has been for you, your daughter, your boys, and for Donald until Donald crossed the line. Treated his family like garbage. That is unfair of you. It's coward-like to be on the phone like that. I understand that you're afraid, you're upset, I get that.
Holy hell. He sent her $10, $10, $10, $150. Like these little increments. And he labeled out like lunch. This is for lunch, Candace. This is for this. You sent me motherfucking $10 for lunch, motherfucker. I'll beat your head off. Look at this shit, guys. You're a piece of shit, Benny. You are a piece of shit, bro. You want receipts, people? We get them. We're getting them right now.
Like she's a child. Like she was.
Shittified.
Thank you. He did that to her to shame her. Candace, I know you're upset. I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for your daughter. You wanted someone to be a voice for you. I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for your children.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to have to remove you from stream so I can remove this picture.